My freshman year, I heard about Academic Bowl. People were trying to convince me to join the team. At first, I didn't really like it that much. I tried to join again and really grew to like it because there's so many new opportunities. Looking back on my 3 years, it's been a really cool experience. We fly places and see new places. It's good to learn and keep up with your skills. I just continue learning, and I really enjoy it.
I wanted something new, and I wanted to have something fun to do after school.
My strength is geography and science. Those tend to be my favorite.
I tend to be more interested in current events. And also I enjoy to learn other new stuff, like science and math, just stuff like that.
My name is Maureen Alvarado, spelled A-L-V-A-R-A-D-O. I've been coaching academic ball for the past 2 years. So I was interpreting at Hersey for 20 years and never coached the team until now.
I've had a few different coaches. My freshman year, I had a coach who had a more laid-back approach, very similar to my sophomore year coach. Then Mrs. Alvarado took over my junior year, and there were big changes. Now the team is more motivated. She has taught us different ways to improve our game. Now I feel motivated to buzz in to answer questions and stuff. Plus, at a regional match, we never had learned before how to do round 3. Round 3 is when each team comes together and has to write down answers to 10 questions in 2 minutes. Now, our coach helps us and teaches us how to answer the questions quickly, and we know how to prepare for competition. Then we know what goes on in matches, so we feel ready to answer the questions. She teaches us strategies and a variety of things like teamwork.
The changes I've seen up till now is that the team came together and they work together now. Our practices are different. We make PowerPoints to study and practice each round. And the team, before were working independently. They were not having the teamwork they have now. The communication wasn't there. So now, when we go to competitions, it's amazing to see the changes and the development in the communication skills amongst the players.
We tend to practice like after school or before school even starts. We tend to try to do what they do at the tournament. For example, we put the toy husky in front of us and answer whatever the question is.
We have different ways we practice. We have the buzzers we use in competition. We practice speed reading. That is so important. Other teams buzz in so fast that you can't read the question. Sometimes you wonder how they do it. Round 3 is when each team comes together and has to write down answers to 10 questions in 2 minutes. Writing your answers correctly is important because they are very strict when evaluating your answer. We learn how to write our answers the right way. We practice the different categories: math, science, social studies, current events, and so on. You basically need to know everything to answer the questions. There are 4 different matches. There are 4 different pools, and each pool has 5 teams to make a total of 20 teams for each regional. We will compete in 4 matches. If we finish first, second, or third place, we will advance to the quarterfinals, and then it's handled as single elimination tournament. Round 1 is when there are 2 teams and the first player to buzz in can answer the question. Round 2 is an individual round. The first player on each team answers the first question, and then the second, and the third, and so on. Round 2, we have a Husky, that is our mascot. We have to pass the Husky down when each player answers a question. The Husky mascot is named Nook, obviously to represent Hersey. When the Husky is in front of you, then it's your turn to answer the question, and you pass it along to the next teammate. There are 12 questions in round 2. I should explain the fun part. The cool thing about the tournament is that deaf students come from so many deaf schools and mainstream programs from all over. Around here we have limited opportunities to be around so many deaf peers. Here at Hersey there aren't very many deaf students, and all the students live so far away from each other. Plus there aren't many deaf sports or activities here. Hearing students have a ton of opportunities, but deaf students are limited. Academic Bowl gives us opportunities, which is really cool.
When we go to regionals, it's a little bit different than our Harper tournament. Our Harper tournament is basically a one-day event, but regionals is 2 full days of competition. So when we get there, they have some team building activities with the players, and so the other coach who comes alongside to chaperone, she goes with the players and I go to coaches meetings. So that first day is more filled with coaches meetings and finding out all the information for the team. But a typical regional competition consists of like long days of competing, and just it's a great team building experience, and it's a wonderful opportunity for the kids to be immersed in deaf culture. You know, we're so fortunate to be here at Hersey High School, and we have so many opportunities here to be mainstream with the hearing students, but when we go to the regional competition and these students get to see the deaf adults and they're just swarmed with so many deaf people, it's just heartwarming so that they totally have full immersion.
After the competition is done at night, we go out to hang out. Last year we went to a place that had games and laser tag, and we just had a good time. Meeting new friends is huge. That's the whole point. Of course I have good friends here, but there are so few deaf. At regionals there are so many deaf kids to hang with. It's a good time.
I just can't emphasize enough, you know, as much as we interpreters and deaf ed teachers want to be there for them and be role models for them, there's nothing better than to see them light up when they see the whole deaf community come together as a whole and meet different people from different states and learn different sign language. Different states sign differently, so there's different regional signs, so it's a true learning experience.
I really like everything about it. I like the excitement of competition and socializing with other people from different states. Seeing the people from all over come together and using different signs. It's amazing the number of deaf people there. It's interesting to see the variety of people and deaf culture. It's really awesome.
For them, obviously here they have one deaf adult that, you know, is a role model for them, but to be able to go and just see so many deaf adults, you know, that they can just see as role models, different people who are successful in the deaf community. There's so many representatives from Gallaudet University, and that's the only liberal arts college for deaf people. So it's just an amazing experience for them, and it's so fun to watch them and see their eyes light up when they see everyone communicating in sign language. It's just an awesome experience.